My point is that a better way, when we think about these radical changes of technology, is to step back and to look and ask, does this difference in technology make sense of the existing systems for regulation, and to choose whether to adopt the existing systems or to modify them? And I want to think about that question in particular in the context of data. We've heard a lot in the past couple of years about the extraordinary value of open data projects. Projects where the data is made available to many researchers to use and build upon for their own critical work. Enormous progress to recognizing the value in free data, the value to corporations around the world from the opportunity to take data and turn it into resource and valuable products. And the open access to science movement has begun to teach people about the incredible importance of guaranteeing access to scientific knowledge to people around the world, not just in the rich, information-rich countries like in the West or in the United States. The Public Library of Science has built an extraordinary number of incredibly successful journals that have committed the work of those journals to the public domain through licenses that guarantee permanent access for everyone, everywhere. And the number of journals that are adopting open access principles is going through the roof. And increasingly, people are seeing the value in open data. Here's even a McKinsey report describing how open data unlocks innovation and performance with liquid information, showing how this opportunity complements the commercial process to produce value both for commercial and for research. But this different data that I want to think about today, we can think of as a new kind of data in the field of open data. And I want to think about that new kind of data in the context of health. Because what we're seeing right now, just in the beginning, and over the next 20 years we will see explode, is the amount of technologies devoted to gathering from consumers health data that will automatically be collected and sent to repositories to be studied and used. And not just automatically collected, but self-consciously collected. 23andMe, a private DNA decoding company, has now cornered a huge market in private data about DNA, doing extraordinary research, just raised $150 million, which is 70% of the United States government total budget for personalized medicine. Now, these data will support millions of ways that consumers will collect the data and to make the data usable, to give researchers the opportunity to study how consumers in the field are reacting and experiencing this extraordinary exposure to information. And this sea change in data will affect how research is done. We go from a world of small samples, where scientists depend on tens of observations once or twice a year, to enormous samples, where scientists will have the opportunity to look at tens of thousands of observations every single day. And what this means is these enormous samples will mean data companies will increasingly be in the middle of the project of scientific research around health. Technologists will come to health, as they increasingly are. Data companies will be asked to analyze data in what now unimaginable ways because of their unique connection to consumers and the information consumers voluntarily provide. Google reports that 1 out of every 5 searches is a health-related search, which means there are 2,000 searches per second that Google gets related to health, which they use to inform how consumers are thinking and using health data. Now, these data are encouraging these commercial entities to engage in partnerships with traditional researchers. Google and the Mayo Clinic have worked together to curate health-related facts for people accessing it on the internet. IBM, using its Watson Health Cloud, is working with MD Anderson cancer center to treat oncology patients. And Apple, through an open source research kit, has now connected 200,000 participants in just 9 months to collecting data from their Apple Watches to give to researchers to understand how the consumers are experiencing these data. Now, this is an extraordinary potential for science.